Good morning and welcome to Manchester. A very cloudy, dull, dry, boring, kind of nothing day here in Manchester. But having said that, we have had 36 hours of quite thick fog. Now I say quite thick because the younger generation these days think what we've had in the last 36 hours is thick fog. Whereas when I was a kid, back in industrial Manchester, before all the Clean Air Act and that kind of thing, we used to have smog, of course, which was the mixing of smoke from the chimneys and fog itself. And you always used to hear the overestimated phrase, you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. We've all heard that one. Well, when I was a little boy, that indeed was the case. If you kind of outstretch your arm to a certain extent, your hand would disappear. Not the most healthy environment for a young boy suffering from asthma. Now, what I want to talk about today, I think it's going to be a little short video, this one, is my belief that we, as watch collectors, those of us who are just normal guys who work hard and save over a long time to buy a timepiece, are being a little bit ripped off, should I say, in my humble opinion. And what do I mean by this? Well, this is being quite brand specific, and I hope that you guys will tell me that it's not only this brand that's doing it, but it's been brought to my attention by Omega. Now, I'm not a fanboy of any particular brand, but I do own an Omega. I love it. I think it's great. I think they supply and build and sell some lovely looking watches. But recently, there are a couple of things that kind of sticking in my craw a little bit. Now, an Omega watch, brand new, you can be looking anywhere between about 3.8 and 5.5, something like that, for one of their nice models. Now, this was brought to the fore recently by a watch that I quite like, which is the Dark Side of the Moon. And it has been reinforced, this feeling of being irked, by the brand new watch that they brought out to run side by side with the new James Bond film, Spectre, which are watches that come as a standard with a fabric strap of some description. The Dark Side of the Moon have got that padded woven black thing, dreadful. And the Spectre watch comes in the box with the usual eyeglass, and it comes with it comes on a NATO, I think, which is a military NATO black and grey stripe, and it also comes in the box with a bracelet. Now that's fine, I'm okay with that. But my view is this. Excuse me. Usually, as watch people, we will work hard and save a lot of money over a long period of time to afford something that's going to cost us in and around £3,500 upwards. Now, that being the case, you expect this to come with all the highest quality things that it can possibly come with, as I believe is your right to expect. Now, when you open up a brand new box and your watch is there on some form of fabric strap, now my view is, and it is my view, is that what your watch is coming on is something that we as watch collectors, that we would buy as an addition to our watch, perhaps at a later date. There are many, many watches out there that come on a nice stainless steel bracelet, for instance. But many, many people will take the bracelet off and then replace it with a NATO strap, which may then cost them £20, £30 maybe. Now, that's a matter of choice. If you happen to like NATO straps, then great, that's lovely. Where I'm coming from, however, is it feels to me that the manufacturers are doing it on the cheap, as it were. I'm not too sure whether the Dark Side of the Moon comes in the box with a bracelet, for instance, or whether all you actually get is that this black fabric woven padded thing that it comes on. Now, if it doesn't, then you're paying enough money for the Dark Side of the Moon for Omega to put in there a black IP bracelet, for instance, because in my view, if you are going to wear the Dark Side of the Moon at a formal occasion, you would want to wear it either on a bracelet or B, a leather band. So why could have the dark side of the moon not come? Again, I'm waiting to be advised that it does, either with a nice leather band or a bracelet. Same principle, which they seem to have done on the Spectre watch, because I've taken a little bit more interest in that watch, me being a James Bond fan. But it does come as standard on the NATO, and in the box it does have a stainless steel bracelet. Now, if the dark side of the moon, for instance, doesn't come with a bracelet, why not? We're paying a lot of money for that, and it's coming on a fabric strap, which in my view is something that we buy as an accessory, a later add-on, an addition to change a watch that we've bought to fit more readily with our personality, to personalize it that little bit more. That's a way a little bit different from the norm. So somebody will go out, let's say, for instance, and buy a Tudor Pelagos, for instance, and it will come on the standard bracelet, and people, lots and lots of people out there, go out, take the bracelet off and replace it with a NATO because they think it looks a little bit better. The NATO is slightly more comfortable for them, and they think that puts them forward in a slightly different light, a more personal light. But for a manufacturer to make that choice for us, I feel is a little bit wrong. And if a NATO strap, for instance, is only costing us, the end user, 20, 30, 40 pounds, for instance, for a really good one, what the hell is it costing a manufacturer? It must be absolute peanuts. So I think it's wrong, and I think we are, I mean, although we're ripped off anyway, of course we are, as customers of the big watch companies, but to put it on something that's only going to cost them a pittance is a little bit of an insult. So let me know what you think. My view is, in a nutshell, this: if you are spending a lot of money on a prestige brand, it should come on a stainless steel bracelet, or in the size of the dark side of the moon, and a black IP bracelet, with an option of a beautiful, probably excuse me, Italian leather strap with a nice buckle, and potentially, for what it would cost them, if it's a more military-based watch, or it would look okay as a military envisaged watch, put a NATO in there as well. It will cost them never no mind, and it will make us, the customer, think more of that manufacturer and maybe enhance our brand loyalty towards that manufacturer. So that's it. Let me know what you think. What are your feelings about this? Are you quite happy that it comes on a NATO? Would you be quite happy if you didn't have the option to have a bracelet in the box, for instance? Is a NATO good enough for you constantly? Would you wear it in any situation? Let me know. If it's not just Omega that's doing this, let me know who else is doing this. But let me know your feelings about whether you feel it's a little bit of a cheapskate thing to allow them to make a little bit more profit, maybe. Let me know what you think about that one. Anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I've not checked any messages today. I don't know whether I've got any new subscribers or whatever, but if you have subscribed, I will get your name and I will drop you a little welcome notette, as is my wont. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.